Atma is nirguna, right? Nirguna. So the Atma has no qualities.
This ego relates to everything. All the sense objects, all
Yes.
the Atma. It's just a witness.
Just a witness.
It doesn't connect. It doesn't. There's no connection.
The change was
No
never
connection.
changed.
Never change. Okay.
Limited.
So the illuminator is always balanced and the ego is always unbalanced.
Correct. Okay. So a few things here, right? One is, you know, whenever we gain knowledge in the world, there is a triputi or a triad. So there's the knower, the known, and the knowing. Okay? So in this process of knower, known, and knowing, I know this cow. Where is the ego there?
I.
No.
The knower.
No.
Where is Atma there?
The one who
The
says Atma is illuminating the knower.
Correct, correct. So in this triputi, in this triad, the knower is within the triad. The knower is within Vyavahara. But Atma is not in this Vyavahara. You get it? So this knower, I know this cat, that's ego. I know this book, ego. The one that's not in this triputi, that is Atma. The knower ego, as we said, is changing. You said it's changing. Every time I know this cup, I know this book. Next thing is I know these nuts, I know this mic. It keeps changing. The illuminator never changes. It's always the same. It's not a thought. It's not a thought. It's not based on a thought. It illumines the thought. This knower, you said, is affected, gets disturbed, and Atma doesn't get disturbed. Right? Atma doesn't get disturbed. What else? What happens in deep sleep? Where is the knower? Where is the knower in deep sleep?
now.
It's calm.
It's
Becomes Atma.
it's dormant. The knower in deep sleep is as though absent. It's not there. You have no sense of who you are in deep sleep, right? There's no sense of who you are. What happens to Atma in deep sleep?
It's still there.
Still there.
It's still there. When you were in deep sleep, did you die or were you alive? You were alive, right? Everything has somehow closed up, but something was still there, awake. That's Atma. So the one that's dormant in sleep is that knower. The one that's ever there is Atma. When I say I, what is that? Is that Atma? That is the knower. The I that is non-verbalized, that is silent, is Atma. When I am watching my thoughts, when I say to myself, I am putting this down nicely, I am drinking this water carefully, I am putting this here carefully, is that the knower or is it Atma? No. If I am just awareness and all of this is just happening with no verbalization whatsoever, what is that? Atma. So now you see the clear distinction? So Atma is that awareness, that consciousness, that is you. That's your nature. Knowing this is the most liberating thing in the whole world. We should be overjoyed that we're learning this. Because to get stuck in the knower is samsara. So Atma is that self-luminous, doesn't require anything else, and is of the changeless nature, non-verbalized, not in the triad, is awake even in deep sleep. Now you know that Bhagavad Gita shloka, the wise are ever awake even while they're sleeping. Atma is always awake. Okay? This is clear?
So when you meditate, do you focus on the Atma then?
Oh, very good question, which leads us to the next shloka. Very good. Very good question. So that's what's coming up. How do you get a sense of what this Atma is, right? You cannot know it by thought. You cannot, because we said the thought can only remove ignorance. Thought cannot reveal Atma. How do you get a sense of what Atma is? What do the Upanishads say? So now in verse number 30, it will tell us the procedure to do. Nishidhya nikilopadi.
Nishidhya nikilopadi.
Neti neti tivakyataha.
Neti neti tivakyataha.
Vidyadaikyam mahavakyaihi.
Vidyadaikyam mahavakyaihi.
Jivatma paramatmano.
Jivatma paramatmano. Nishidhya nikilopadi. Neti neti tivakyataha. Vidyadaikyam mahavakyaihi. Jivatma paramatmano.
We get to know Atma by the process of negation. Nishidhya. Negating. Nikhila upadhi means all of these conditionings. How? Neti, neti, iti vakyataha. Na iti, the statement from the Upanishads. Vidyad ekyam, then you know that this vidyad, know the oneness between Jivatma and Paramatma. Know the oneness between Jivatma and Paramatma through the Mahavakya. Mahavakya. So, how do you come to Atma? You cannot objectify it. We cannot say that, what is that Atma? What is that Atma? We can't do that because anytime we do that, it becomes a thought and it's objectified. So how we come to it is negating each layer. Negating each layer and saying that this is not me. Now how many layers have we studied? We studied the 5 sheets. 5 sheets. What are the 5 sheets? Annamaya, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, Anandamaya Kosha. 3 bodies. Sthula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira, Karana Sharira. 3 states.
Awake,
Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. Seer and seen. Seen negates and seer is left. So why in the beginning, why in AtmaBodha we went through all these 5 sheets and these 3 bodies? Why did we do that? So the journey of Vedanta is always to come from the known to the unknown. Because imagine if somebody just said, you're Satchit Ananda. That's it. You and I will be there like, what is that? But the teacher has to say now, negate the body. Negate the body. When we say negate the body, what do you mean by negate? It means disidentify with the body. Know that the body is not me. So you create as though you disassociate from it. You disassociate from it and you say, this body is not me. When we say negate the mind, what do? Disassociate and say the mind is not me. When we say negate your vasanas, negate all of that, disassociate and say that's not me. So it's not that you physically break it, you just disassociate from that. And after you disassociate from all of that, what happens? What happens? There's a silence that's left. Now, are you that silence? When you negate everything, when you sit down at the seat of contemplation, you negate 3 bodies, you negate the 5 sheets, and there remains a silence there. Are you that silence?
no. No.
No. Because that silence is still,
Seen by some.
it's still silent. So when you negate everything, that silence will still be there. That's not Atma. The witness of even that silence, that's Atma. So when people sit at the seat of contemplation and they say, I felt so nice, I felt so silent. You're not supposed to feel anything. You're just self-aware. So don't stop there. If the mind falls silent, if it becomes silent, don't stop there. Go to the seer of even the silence. That's Atma. Nishidhya, Nikhila, Upadhi. Upadhi, all these layers of conditions. What method should I do? Should I do 3 bodies? Should I do 5 sheets? Should I do seer scene? Whatever works for you, you do. This is what is known as nididhyasana. Let's make sure that we understand it and we are clear about it, and then we do it. It cannot be a sitting there, why am I not the mind again? Why am I not the intellect again? We can't do that because that's not that means that we still need manana. We still need to clarify our doubts. Nididhyasana, this process of contemplation, should flow so smoothly that I know all of this is not me, and what remains is just it, and I just am. Now, what can help us with that? What can help us is the Mahavakya. When you get into that silence, when we say the Mahavakya and know that I am, it gets us into the mode of the seer. What is a Mahavakya? Mahavakya is a great statement. Why is it so great? Because it reveals the oneness between Paramatma and Jivatma. How many Mahavakyas do we have?
4.
So many. So many. We have any Upanishad where there's a statement which reveals the oneness between Jiva and Jivatma and Paramatma is a Mahavakya. But we've taken 4 as a representation from each Veda. What are the 4 Mahavakyas?
Brahmasmi.
Aham Brahmasmi, from where? From Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Yajurveda. What else do we have?
Tattvamasi.
Tattvamasi, from where? Chandogya Upanishad, Samaveda. What else do we have? Prajnanam Brahma, from Aitareya Upanishad, Rigveda, and then what else do we have? I am Atma Brahma, from Mandukya Upanishad, Atharva Veda. So from each Veda, one representation is taken. And these Mahavakyas are not ordinary statements. They're the ones that tell you, they unlock the key. They're the ones who tell you who you are. So when you and I contemplate on that Mahavakya, and you take whatever is dear to you, and it doesn't have to be in Sanskrit, it can just, you translate it into English if you want. Prajnanam Brahma. Consciousness is Brahman. That's it. That will help us go within. So, Vidyad Aikyam Mahavakya means use that Mahavakya to go within. And that is what's going to give us that direct knowledge. We all know that there is Bahiranga Sadhana, there is Antaranga Sadhana, there's Sakshat Sadhana. What is Bahiranga Sadhana? What is external sadhana?
Rituals.
Yes, rituals, karma yoga, bhakti yoga, all of this japa is Bahiranga Sadhana. What is Antaranga Sadhana? Shravanam, Mananam, Nidhyasana. What is Sakshat Sadhana? Mahavakya. This is the one that's going to give us that knowledge. But what kind of Mahavakya? The unobstructed Mahavakya. What do I mean, unobstructed Mahavakya? Just because I told you Tattvamasi and you listen to it, do you have knowledge? No. We experience it, right? You don't have knowledge. I don't have knowledge. When we say unobstructed Mahavakya, it's not that there's anything wrong with the Mahavakya. I need to be unobstructed. What's happening now is, I am doing Shravana. I am listening. But my knowledge is obstructed. Why is it obstructed? Number one, to do Shravana is not easy. To listen to this is not easy because it's so subtle. Sometimes the mind will go here and there. And if you didn't sleep well, you'll fall asleep. And if you didn't eat well, your stomach will be hungry. And if your legs hurt, you'll miss something and you'll miss something else. So number one, the knowledge can be obstructed during Shravana itself. There's an obstruction. Because to do Shravana 100% pakka, it takes a lot. It's not easy. In listening is an art. Then there's an obstruction in manana. Why? Because although I know, but I still not clear sometimes. Why we do this and why we divide. This is the self, this is the knower. Why are we doing this? For manana purposes, to become very, very, very clear. Because if the knowledge is not clear, it's still obstructed. And then, what else can be the obstruction? So now, even if I was 100% in Shravana, even if I listened here, even if I was right here, and everything came to me, and I clarified all my doubts, but I still feel like I'm a jiva. I still feel like I'm this BMI. Why? Because the erroneous notions are still there. I have not completed Nividhyasana. So what's happening right now is, although we have knowledge, it's obstructed. It's obstructed by doubt, it's obstructed by erroneous notions, so that knowledge is not able to give its full result. You won't feel free. You won't feel like you're liberated, even if you really are free. But once this knowledge is unobstructed, then the Mahavakya will yield its result. It will yield it. So quickly, and you know the story of the 10th man. I don't have to tell you the story, but you all know the story, right? When the 10th man he was there, and he was counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I'm missing the one, I'm missing one man. And then somebody came and said, you are the 10th man. What happened? He's free. You are the 10th man. Free, right? That quick, the Mahavakya can liberate. But what happens if somebody told him, you are the 10th man? And he said, well, what do you mean? How did I do that? How did I make a mistake? What's going on? What do you mean? What if he became so confused? Then, is there something wrong with the speech that was said? No, there's something wrong with his mind. Or I'll give you another example which is more relatable. You know Karna in Mahabharata, very, very, character. And Karna is Radheya, son of Radha. But at some point in time, I think it was somebody told him, you are not Radheya, you are Kaunteya, right? So if they told Karna, you are not Radheya, you are Kaunteya, and he got the knowledge quickly, then he gets it. But what happens if somebody told Karna, you're not Radheya, you're Kaunteya? And he sits there and he breaks down and he says, how can I be Kaunteya? How was that possible? How was that possible? And I don't understand, and I think I'm still Radheya. How can I even be Kaunteya? What happens if Karna breaks down like that? Is it the Vakya's fault? It's not the Vakya. It's the mind. So this is what's happening with you and me. There's no fault in Shruti. Shruti is our mother. There is absolutely no fault. But the obstruction is in our mind. The Mahavakya and the Guru Parampara has that power to liberate in a second. If the mind is ready. And it should be not that the mind is ready, not that you're sitting here, the mind is ready right now. And when you leave, oh my goodness. No. Means it's fully ready to absorb here and here after. Many times it's fully ready to absorb here. But not hereafter. So the power of the Mahavakya, that's why it's called Sakshat Sadhana. It's got the power to liberate in an instant. So the dosha or the defect is never in the pramana, never in the means of knowledge, never in the prameya, never in what is to be known. But the dosha or the defect is in the pramana. So you see why we do so much of karma yoga, bhakti yoga, etc. We're actually working backwards, isn't it? We get it and then we're like, okay, still obstructed, now go, 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 and then again come back. This is what's happening in our lives. So this is the way to know the self. We cannot know it as an object, but once we negate everything, what remains is silence, and it is the seer of even that silence. And if I want to tap into that, then use the Mahavakya, and you will be able to see for yourself. This is what it means. And this naiti, where does it come from? Comes from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. This is a conversation between Yajnavalkya and his wife Maitri. And they were having a conversation about Atma. And I thought to myself, how beautiful if every husband and wife had a conversation about Atma. What a great thing to do. And so beautiful that this is what they talked about. And it comes, I think, about 3 or 4 times in Brihadaranyaka. So this is not something that Adi Shankaracharya is inventing on his own. What's really amazing about him is he always brings Upanishad back here. Okay? So now, Adi Shankaracharya says, okay, let me remind you what you're supposed to negate. Because maybe you forgot. Maybe I forgot. So let me remind you what we're all supposed to negate. So we see verse 31. Avidyakam shariradi Grishyam budbudavaksharam Etad vilakshanam vidyat Aham brahmeti nirmalam Avidyakam shariradi Drishyam budbudavaksharam Etad vilakshanam vidyat Aham brahmeti nirmalam. So he says, avidyakam means up to the causal body, because the causal body is avidya. Avidyakam shariradi, all the bodies, the 3 bodies, Sthula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira, Karana Sharira, they are drishyam, they are seen. And how are they seen? Like budbudavakshara means they are perishable, just like bubbles. Etad vilakshanam vidya, know that you are different from them. Aham brahma iti nirmala. So you see in one shloka, he gives everything. See how he constructs the shloka. He says the bodies up to the causal body, it's seen. It's seen. And therefore, because it's seen, it's perishable. Kshara. And can you give me an example? Budbudavat, just like bubbles. And then therefore, what do? I am different from them. And who am I? I am Brahma. So in one verse, he tells us the whole thing. So what does it mean when something is drishyam, when something is seen? It is perishable, right? Why is something seen perishable? When something is seen, why is it considered perishable?
It can change.
It can change, yes. And this depends on the seer, right? So guess what? When I'm not seeing it anymore, it's gone. It's gone, right? So anything that's seen is perishable. Anything that's seen, that's observed is perishable. Because it's gone. The minute I don't see it, the minute I don't think about it. So therefore, I cannot be all the things that I see. We saw this in AtmaBodha. There's so many, we came up with so many reasons, I remember in AtmaBodha, why we're not the body. Okay? So now together, we will try and come up with 10 reasons why we're not the body. Okay? Let's start. So 1 is it's seen. 2 is it's perishable. What else?
It's made of parts.
Changing. 5 elements, you said.
Elements.
5 elements. What else?
It has a
It has a
beginning.
beginning and it has an end. Yes. What else? It is
Limited.
limited. Oh, wow, very good. It's limited. It's limited. It is impure. It smells. Right? Atma never smells. It is impure. We see this in Viveka Churamani. You know, Adi Shankara says, this is Ashuchi. It's so dirty. How can that be Atma? What else? It has so many different parts.
Parts.
Right? Atma's partless. Atma's partless. What else? It's attributeless. Atma's attributeless. This has so many qualities. And? Advait. Okay. And there's only one. Okay. So, another good reason we saw in that is you can control it, right? You can say, oh, raise your hand, put your hand here, right? You can physically control it. So what does that say? That we've analyzed it so much that we are different from the body. We're not the body. It's drishyam, it's perishable. But yet what happens? We are deeply still identified with it, right? So we have to start seeing ourselves as different. How do I do that? Sometimes it's hard to go straight to Atma. Sometimes it's hard to say I'm the witness of everything. So you and I have to go to subtler realms. Instead of identifying with the mind so much, the body so much, try being the mind. Instead, and I'm not saying this is the ultimate situation, I'm saying this is better than identifying with the body. Then you go subtler. Instead of identifying with the mind so much, try the intellect. Then instead of identifying with the intellect so much, then come to Atma. The point is to slowly bring ourselves to Atma. We talked about this in Bhajagovinam as well. So what is the attitude towards the body that I should have? Should I just neglect it, abandon it? What is the attitude?
Sustain, because we have to do the dharma, but not hamper.
Yeah. So it's a gift from God.
Not,
Yeah.
it's a tool.
It's a tool. It's a tool. It's a gift. And I am ever different from it. I am Brahma, which is Nirmala. So I don't have any of these. Okay? Now again, he's going to go into a little bit more about the body because he says, I know you don't get it. I know you're all still obsessed. So we'll read verse 32. Dehanyatwana me janma.
Dehanyatwana me janma.
Jara karshalayadayah.
Jara karshalayadayah.
Shabdadi vishayai sangaha. sangaha nirindriyatayanacha. He says, Dehavyatvat, because I am different from the body, na me janma, then I don't have birth. I don't have old age, jara. I don't have karshya, delay, decay. I don't have laya, I don't have death. Shabdadi vishaye na sangaha. And I don't have any association with shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasagandha, means sounds, touch, taste, form, smell. I don't have any association with that. Why? Nirindriyataya. Because I am one without sense organs. These verses I'm describing, I'm explaining, but they're really more contemplative. They're really more something that we have to sit down and contemplate on, right? So it says here, Dehanyatvat name janma. So who does birth belong to? Body, right? So Atma is ever unborn. So what happens when it's our birthday? We're celebrating our body, right? We're celebrating, that's really what it is. We're celebrating body because this inner thing grew again, 1 year old, 1 more year, right? So it's body day. It's actually happy body day, right? There's no birth for Atma, that's it. There's nothing. So then when we understand this, the birthday becomes a little bit more introspective in the sense that this has happened for 1 year now. What changes did I make? What did I do with my life? It doesn't become so much about wanting to pamper this even more. Or jada. Sometimes we're scared to age. We're scared to get older. We're scared that all of these things will happen to us. Wrinkles and white hair, and we might not be able to walk properly. We might not be able to do this. And then when we see older people, we're like, oh God, I hope I never have to go through that again. You know, we get scared. But who's it really happening to? It's the body. Yes, this is the nature of the body. It's like aches, pains, this and that. That's the body. Why do I have to worry about it? Then, laya, it will decay. It will die also. So, nothing happens to me. When I know this, then I am saved from all of the problems of the body. Now think of a life like that. We analyzed, all of you who were there in chapter 12 of Bhagavad Gita, how much time we spend in the body every day. We analyzed, right? So many hours. But when we truly know that we're different from it, we're free. Freedom is in minutes. It's just in disidentification and disassociation. Then the senses. What happens with the senses?